I was watching the footage of the plane crash, and what I saw was the plane flying over from the E-Wing school on Olive and Chestnut, and the whole place was on fire. The buildings, like, people were you can hear so much thing happening, like if it was, I don't want to say the end of the world. It was just so much flame, so much people screaming, people on the gurneys, officers. You had to be there to witness everything, because when you're watching the tragedy or you're watching the footage, it's so sad. It's so, I can't believe this happened. But imagine the people that was there in person. Imagine what they felt, what they were going through. And I just pray that they all heal from this incident. I don't want to sound insensitive or to make it sound bad, but it's sad. Hi, my witches. Welcome to the Witch Dark Tales podcast. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you eat all your turkeys? Dude, I put cranberry on my turkey. I know that is so weird. My family was looking at me. My cousins and stuff was like, girl, what are you doing? Y'all know me by now. I put cranberry sauce on my turkey. Why are you asking questions? And did you guys enjoy your cornbread? Like, what did you guys eat? Drop down a comment and let me know, because I want to know. Hi, just popping in. So on Friday, November 28th, will be mark the 2-year anniversary of the Witch Dark Tales podcast. We started in the year 2023, and we are right now currently in 2025. On YouTube, we have 3K. On TikTok, 41K. On Facebook, we have 14K. On Instagram, we have 17K. And I can't believe we are growing. Just like any platforms, it takes a long time for you to reach your goal, and I'm excited for the future to come. And I want to say thank you to all that have been supporting us. And I'm getting a little emotional, but I can't wait for the future. And thank you guys for coming along with this journey. So let's get back into the podcast. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Megan. I'm from Fresno. I talk about haunted places, true crimes, urban legends, and the history of Fresno, and which we are going to be doing today. So before we get into the podcast, views discretion and audio discretion is advised. Everything we talk about is just pure speculation, and also strong adult languages and images that might disrupt the viewer. And I'm serious, because there's going to be like flames and everything inside. So with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get straight into this podcast. Ooh. Being from Fresno, I never knew that Fresno County actually found dinosaur skeletons at the Panoche Hills on the west side of Fresno County. 66 million years ago, in what is now western Fresno County, between 1939 and 1940, scientists from Caltech unearthed 2 partial skeletons of a duck-billed plant-eating dinosaur in the Panoche Hills, just western of Interstate 5. Later named Augustynolophus maurici, pronounced as Augustynolophus. This dinosaur is unique to California. The first skeleton discovered in 1939 includes parts of the skull, jaws, teeth, vertebrae, and bones from the arms, legs, and feet. The second skeleton, found in 1940, was likely a juvenile, smaller with a skull only half the size of the adult. So if that's a small one, I don't even want to imagine how big the big one is. Paleontologists estimated the larger dinosaur reached roughly 30 feet long with 3-foot skull and a 6-foot tail. Its teeth, shaped like tiny coffee grinder wheels, shows it was a plant eater, unlike the meat-eating giants like Tyrannosaurus rex. That's crazy. That means it's huge. What makes Augustynolophus so fascinating is a small crest, just a tiny horn projecting from the skull, but may occasionally have stood on 2 legs and probably lived in herds. Fossilized skin, impressions from related species suggest it had beaded, reptilian skin similar to a Gila monster. Augustynolophus was buried in marine settlement, which tells us something incredible. The dinosaur probably died near the shore, and its carcass washed onto the ocean before fossilizing. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Like, I'm doing this history, you guys, I'm still shocked right now. The fact that we actually found dinosaurs in Fresno County. Now, I also found out that most California was underwater during the late Cretaceous period. That's why land-dwelling dinosaurs fossil like this are so rare here. The dinosaur genus names honor Gretchen Augustin is supporter of the Los Angeles Museum Dinosaur Institute, and the species name Maurici honors William J. Maurici, who first identified it in 1973. By 2014, paleontologists officially classified it as a new genus. Now, a new genus means it's a rare species on its own. Today, the fossils are preserved at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, and there's a push to make Augustynolophus California's state dinosaur, a symbol to inspire kids to love science, geology, and paleontology. That is crazy. You guys, so if you're from Fresno, drop down a comment, let me know. Did you know that Fresno actually found their own dinosaur called Augustynolophus from the year 1939 to 1940 at the Panoche Hills, western side of Fresno County, Interstate 5. Drop down a comment, let me know. That is crazy. I'm still shocked. Doing this Fresno history, I get so excited that we discover so much here. And also, for the haters that say Fresno's boring, take that. So if you're from Fresno, listen to this. Do you remember the Olive and Chestnut plane crash tragedy that happened on December 14th, 1994? Well, the anniversary of that tragedy is coming soon, and so I wanted to tell the story. Let's do it. On December 14th, 1994, a Learjet 35A operated by Phoenix Air was on a training mission for the California National Guard. The plane had been modified with special wiring to act as a target in simulated missions, but those modifications would contribute to the tragedy. As the jet approached Fresno Yosemite International Airport, the pilots, Richard Anderson and Brad Sexton, reported an engine fire. Eyewitnesses later recalled seeing the plane skimming along Olive Avenue on Chestnut, as if the pilots were desperately trying to find an empty space to crash, avoiding Ewing Elementary School. Tragically, the jet clipped a lamppost at Olive and Recreation Avenue before crashing into two apartment buildings, destroying or damaging 12 units over 1,300 feet. Flames shot 20 feet into the air. Both pilots had passed away. In total, 21 people on the ground were injured. The NTSB investigation concluded that faulty wiring from the plane's special modifications, combined with improper maintenance, caused the engine fire. Many say the pilot's action prevented an even greater tragedy, like saving the school and surrounding neighborhoods. I was watching the footage of the plane crash, and what I saw was the plane flying over from the Ewing School on Olive and Chestnut. The whole place was on fire. The buildings, like, people were on the... You can hear so much thing happening, like if it was... I don't want to say the end of the world. It was just so much flames, so much people screaming, people on the gurneys, officers, and you can just only... What I'm trying to say is you had to be there to witness everything, because when you're watching the tragedy or you're watching the footage, it's so sad. It's so, I can't believe this happened. But imagine the people that was there in person. Imagine what they felt, what they were going through. And I just pray that they all heal from this incident. I don't want to sound insensitive or to make it sound bad, but it's sad. And all of the pilots also said that he basically was trying to maneuver or pull the plane, the jet, so it doesn't land on the school to basically avoid it. And that's what they did. I remember too, the teachers and students said they can hear like this rumbling sound and kadum. Yeah. So if you're from Fresno, drop down a comment and let me know. Do you remember this incident of the plane crash or jet crash on Olive and Chestnut? Drop down a comment, let me know. And if you knew anybody that was a part of that tragedy, tell them, hi, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I hope you're healing. I hope you're doing okay. And I pray that nothing like this ever happens again in Fresno County, in Fresno in general, if you're from Fresno. Moving on to the next topic, I wanted to tell you guys about this little history that I found out. On July 2017, Really Life Science launched the Debug Fresno program, releasing sterile male mosquitoes infected with the bacterium Wolbachia. I think I pronounced that right. So, facing one of the tiniest, most dangerous threats at the time, Aedes aegypti, the yellow fever mosquito. These mosquitoes carried different diseases, one of them including the West Nile viruses, which already caused deaths in Fresno, California. What happened was, on July 2017, Verily Life Sciences launched the Debug Fresno program, releasing sterile male mosquito infected with the bacterium Bochia. Males don't bite, but when they mate with local females, eggs fail to hatch, suppressing the population. Over 20 weeks, millions of males were released, resulting in 68 reduction of female Aedes aegypti in the targeted neighborhoods. The second release began April 16th, 2018, and by November 2018, some areas saw up to 95% of suppression. By the end of the 3-year program in 2019, 48 million sterile males had been released, creating one of the most successful mosquito control experiments in the U.S. Residents were nervous. Millions of mosquitoes flying around sounded scary, but the program was harmless to humans and became a global model for environment-friendly mosquito control. From the year 2017 to 2019, I do not remember there was any mosquitoes being put out in Fresno, California. And if there was mosquito, I stayed inside. I was not trying to go out there and look for no damn mosquito. Mind you, it said the male mosquitoes don't bite, but the female mosquitoes do. And so they used the male mosquito infected or had the bacterium Walbochia, and when they did the nasty with the mosquito girls can't reproduce. I'm not trying to find out if the mosquito was there or not. I don't even remember they had any mosquitoes out. There was mosquitoes randomly sometimes, yeah, but I never went outside to find out if there was billions of mosquitoes out there. So if you're from Fresno, drop down a comment and let me know. Did you ever hear about the 400 million mosquitoes that they had placed in Fresno, California from July 2017 to the year 2019? Drop down a comment and let me know, because that's scary. I don't remember seeing millions and millions of mosquitoes anywhere. Do you? Drop down a comment and let me know. Before we end the podcast, here's my 2 cents. For one, I can't believe Fresno had found dinosaur skeletons. Augustynolophus. That is so amazing. And then for the mosquito, so did Fresno County or Fresno in general put a notice? Did they tell the people in Fresno that there was going to be billions or millions of mosquitoes being sent out in our town? I don't remember. Growing up, I don't remember them saying anything of that. I'm pretty sure that would have been told. But the fact that I found this out, I'm even more scared, because what else did y'all do? What else did Fresno do without us knowing? Or maybe they told us, but I don't remember. So thank you for listening, and thank you for watching to the Witch Doctor Tales podcast, and I'll see you next week on Monday for audio and Sunday for visual. But with that being said, blessed be everyone. Bye. Stay safe out there. Come back for next week for more Fresno content. That is crazy.